you guys? It's your girl Marysa Ada. I'm a rapper, I'm a student, and a photographer. I'm a lover of people, a servant of people, um, and I do music that's about the community, a lot of positive music, and I can't wait for you guys to get to know me and feel me.
All right, you say you do music. What was your first experience in starting your own?
Okay. Well, as far as starting my own, it wasn't like something that came natural. I was a writer. Well, I'm still a writer, but more of a writer then. So I was into writing books, poetry, and just being in this area, the 757. Mostly everyone raps or they are in the music scene underground, whether you're a promoter or whatever. So being around all types of people, you kind of like become a part of that family. So they were a lot of people started encouraging me to rap when they read my poetry. So I got into it, but it wasn't an easy start.
Right, right.
I didn't just jump into it and it was automatically good. Nah.
Do you think the writing, your writing background helped in terms of putting you ahead in doing music, or do you think it was kind of level playing field with others, or do you think you already had like a head start?
I feel like it was a head start, or not even a head start. I would say it was the preparation for what I was meant to do. I'm meant to be a writer for sure, and that's all forms. That's like writing scripts, writing little dialogues or whatever. Writing my plans down, whether it's just goals. Like just writing is like the basis of everything in life. Everything that goes on in our minds, we need to write it down, manifest it, bring it to life. And so music is just literally one exercise, one form of bringing something to life. But
Definitely.
it's become my main thing, like almost like my niche. Like that's what kind of made me kind of cool because
Right,
I don't want to say I was awkward or anything, but I wasn't popular, but I wasn't like the nerdy kid either. It was just like I was there.
right, right.
So doing music, it was like okay, we're still with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I went with.
Yeah. So you say you have a background in like poetry as well.
Yeah.
Do you think that you enjoy doing the poetry more or music?
I enjoy the music more. Um, Poetry was like bars, like it was literally playing around with words and stuff. It was it was cool to express myself then, but poetry is a is not necessarily my comfort zone. It's something that I can do on paper, but like spoken word is like me. I don't want to say I'm extremely emotional, but poetry, like speaking it out loud, is like hard. Like if you got a beat to ride with it, then it's like okay, you got something to comfort you while you're pouring your heart out, and so that's what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Okay. So talk to us about your new single, Damn, and also your album, Yemaya.
Dope. Okay, so my single "Damn," it kind of pays homage to like gods that are based on love. Um, so it's basically I shout out. I just need to tell y'all because when y'all hear the hook, y'all like, what she talking about? Crazy stuff. But it's just I say I die, which is me. That's recognizing God within me, and I die also means daughter of the King. So it's like daughter of the Most High, and I say Allah because I have friends that are Muslim that I respect. You know what I'm saying? And I see like their lifestyle and how they live and how they separate themselves from other people and they just live life in the holiest way that they can. Shabbat is more like kind of made up in a way. And I also heard it in the ASAP verse. But Shabbat it kind of roots from Abba, and Abba is like I don't want to say Jewish term, but like a Judah type word for father, like God our Father. So that's what that is.
Okay.
But yeah, the single "Damn" is just like it's only called "Damn" because the when you enter, it's like damn, you know what I'm saying? But it's a cool song. Check it out. I got a music video for it. I do need views and likes and comments. You're gonna love it. It's very cultural, expressive. We promote health in the video. That's the only reason why we have fruit in that video. We're doing some yoga. It's just a bunch of positive music. So go check that out on YouTube.
Go check that out, y'all. Is this your first project?
This is not my first project. This is my first album.
Okay.
I put out, I don't want to say hella mixtapes, but I put out Bless the Beat, like volume 1 and 2. Um, and I also put out an EP called Synchronicity. And I learned a lot off of Synchronicity, which is, it was an amazing, amazing project, and I really loved it. And, like, you know, Synchronicity is like everything being in sync and everything. I'm thinking, oh, this is the one, right? And it was the one for my growth, but it wasn't like the one for like, this is your hit record.
Right.
Like, I thought it was that.
Yeah.
But I had to learn some more and business wise with Synchronicity.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. So you say this isn't your first project. What is the difference between your first projects and this album? Why did you decide to make this an album?
okay, so the difference between I would say the difference is me learning. Like with the mixtapes, I knew that I was discovering myself as an artist. So you can't put out an album when you're just just getting to know your flow and things like that. Like you're just like, I would say my first 2 projects, my energy was probably at its highest, and I really wish to get back to that level of energy. And so with Synchronicity, the energy was there, but not in like a hype way. It was more like lyrically, I'm going in, like this is important, and my flow is more developed. I'm grown now. This is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And the last 2 tapes were definitely gospel rap albums at that. And I grew from that to just more spiritual based and including everyone. Like I said, with them, it includes all guys that are based on love. And so with the project Yemaya, I knew it was an album because I worked 2.5 years on this album. I left VA and came back. When I came back, the album was almost done. I had a whole writer's block. Shout out to Esperanza Spalding. She had like this. She dropped the album that inspired me. She did like a whole, you know what? There's no such thing as writer's block type thing. I'm just gonna go live on Facebook with my band, and we're gonna create music from scratch. And you guys are gonna witness us make this project behind the scenes. Y'all gonna create with us. And so I watched that live, and I was like, there is no such thing as writer's block. So I persisted more, finished the rest of the album. The rest of the music just came naturally because I was just so inspired. And I just knew like, yo, this is an album. I learned so much. I went through so much while I was away and came back. I went to LA to chase my dreams and, you know what I'm saying, do that whole thing. So
Right.
I learned a lot for sure.
How was the climate out there compared to in Virginia in terms of excuse me, the music, the culture? How did it influence your music, yourself when you were out there?
Okay, so there's a lot of similarities, a lot of differences. The similarities would be like, out here, we are not playing games. Like, we are not playing games industry wise. Like, we trying to do something. We all trying to do something, and we're all like trying to be successful at it. I would say the difference is like the amount of support that you get. However, the similarity would be, I love VA, so don't get mad at me, but the similarity in fakeness, but their type of fakeness is like the glam. Our type of fakeness is like, yeah, I rock with that song, you know what I'm saying, and then don't show it love because it might be too hot that you don't want it to outshine
Right.
your music. Out there, they don't care because everyone's making money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They put each other on. You just got to be
And the lifestyle
in the
is
right,
a lot faster.
yeah. So once you're connected, you're in. You got to just be careful because people are like a little like scary out there. You know what I'm saying? But and I was getting the different feels of hoods too, so that was interesting. I experienced battle rap for the first time, and I lost that battle rap. You can go check that out on YouTube. I'll take that L. It was a great L to take, and I also didn't want to get my ass beat for winning anyway.
Right. That's good, new experience. I do want to go back to one point you made in terms of you saying discovering yourself. You seem very in touch with yourself. I want to know if you are an extrovert or more of an introvert, and how that plays into you creating your music and moving in this industry.
Okay, so I am an introvert and an extrovert in a way. I'm more of an introvert if anything. I spend like a tons amount of time in solitude. That's why I'm like I'm just creating right now, or I'm not creating. I'm doing homework or something, or I'm paying bills. Like when I'm doing my adult things, I don't want to be bothered. I'm just like focus on getting these bills paid. None of y'all can do it for me anyway. It just like when you do this music, it just that's what you sign up for. You sign up to socialize and network with people. So you got to get over yourself and talk to people, get your music out there and push it. But I'm an introvert because that's where I feel safest. That's where I can focus more. I'm very easily distracted when there's people around me. I could be doing homework and I'd be like, yo, what you doing over there? You know what I'm saying? I get around friends, and the weird thing is we can be introverts together, and that's my favorite type of friendships. Is when we're all in our own little bubbles in the same room. It's almost like study hall back in school. So it's like that.
Everybody's vibing out.
Yeah. So I can do stuff like that, but usually I'm just like I'll spend a lot of time by myself for sure.
Nice. So any musical inspirations outside or inside of Virginia?
Okay. Inside of Virginia,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Current
with that.
or
Okay. Yeah. Inside of Virginia, I'm gonna start with that.
Okay.
I don't know if like I don't know if you guys heard of Jude, but shout out to Jude. I don't know if he's still even making music, but I've seen his stage presence, and with consistency for show, he'll pop off anywhere. So he inspires me. There's a artist that was actually on Tidewater Waves, named Maya Lene. She's awesome. Chantel's crazy. Her style is dope. Shout out to them. I'm into like the people that I listen to all the time that helps me would be Lauryn Hill. She taught me how to rap without physically being here. I would rap to Lost Ones 100 million times over to get my like I did it my way. Like I listened to how she did it and I was doing the way she did it, and then I was listening to myself and how it sounded and make sure it sounded good to me. So Lauryn Hill is a big one. Whitney J. Jackson is a big one. She's from Jersey, local, and will be international soon. These are like homies that in moving. Angel Hayes is another one. She's talented. I think she's still. I can't say she's still finding herself, but she changes the music a lot. So it's like I might be feeling one record and not feeling one record because it's just like it's all good for her. You know what I'm saying? But it rocks me different because I'm like I got used to you spitting raw. You know what I'm saying? But I want to express yourself with all your talents. She's a huge poet. She's a spoken word artist. She'll tap into that and not be afraid. And so if anything, she inspires me like with her fearlessness. So there's others, and I wish I could just name them all. Y'all don't understand. Like I'm a huge fan of so many people. It's ridiculous. Who was another one? Young and May is effortless. That's a huge thing with her. Like she was born to rap. Like she can do this in her sleep type. Like and her views. Oh my God. Not even on the radio like that. That's goals. Like that's goals. For sure.
Yeah, so you spoke about the repetition, you rapping over Lauryn Hill's beat, and also your patience with this album. It took you 2.5 years to curate. I just want you to talk to the viewers and maybe somebody out there who's also creating their projects, just a little bit about repetition, practice, and patience.
Oh my God, that's everything. Patience is everything. Patience is literally everything. There's nothing you can do if the project is not ready. There's nothing you can do. Like, for example, officially I'm announcing right now that Yemaya will be re-released, remastered. Because the project was ready, the material was ready, but there were some things that I really should have paid attention to as far as detail. And I should have, business-wise, there's a lot of things I should have taken care of as well. So we're going to remaster a lot of things and get a lot of the songs on radio. And so
Tidewater Waves exclusive right here.
Yeah. So, yeah. patience is necessary because that album I said took me 2.5 years, but you know what? It's gonna take me maybe another 2-3 months to re-release this album. And this album is so important. I'm just like I'm gonna work on other music for sure, but this is the album that is so good that I refuse to like not like move on to the next thing without having pushed this to its maximum. I believe in this project so much. It will be remastered. It will be on the radio. And I just need y'all support on that for sure. But patience is necessary because 2.5 years and plus some is what's got to happen. What's going on? There'll be bonus tracks up there with, collabs. I barely had collabs other than vocals. You know what I'm saying? Practice is necessary in everything. Whatever you see yourself doing, you need to practice that. It's out beyond music. There's so many things that I want to do. Like I want to be a yoga instructor one day. You know what I'm saying? I kind of am in a way, just not certified. And when people see you in a certain way, you need to make sure you practicing so you can stay on point. You don't ever want to be caught slipping. I have a song called Focus, and it's like a self-diss track to myself lyrically. It goes in on like how you're perceived as to be woke and aware and knowledgeable, but you don't even practice every day. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's the basics of being not even woke, but just being like progressive. So
Nice.
it's very important. It's necessary.
Do you want to speak a little bit about those collaborations that you mentioned? And do you have a favorite collaboration?
Okay.
Song?
Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be 100% honest about how I feel about collaborations. So, with collaborations, and at least I don't know how it is everywhere else, but a lot of times people are like, yeah, we should get up, and that's it. It usually there's no follow up on anyone's part, or people might follow up with me, but I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna get with you, and I really mean that. But let me tell you, when I say 9mm which is probably my most popular song right now, this producer sent me, shout out to Derek, King, Derek, Lord Derek, aka all that. He's the producer of this song 9mm. He sent me that beat 2 years ago, and I just dropped that joint. You know what I mean? That was probably one of the last records I worked on. I was just listening to the beat while I was doing homework, and I was like, yo, and then the hook went in. And so it just happens when it happens. So that's kind of how I feel about collabs. Like when I say I'm going to get with you, I really mean that, because I know I'm not going to, like, if I really don't want with you, I'm not going to say, let's get together. But I would say I kind of get a little awkward with committing, because I'm not thinking, oh, we're going to link up like next week. I've already got a whole schedule planned. And so I also want artists out there to know, like, don't take it personal on not on me or anyone out there, because a lot of people, you'll hear a lot of punchlines that'll be like, you should have collabed with me when I was this and that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that from the depths of my soul, like, but at the same time, it was like, nah, we starving artists, like, we paying bills, we're working, we're doing something full time outside of this music, you know what I'm saying? But also, with another thing about collaboration, life is too short, so collab with as many people as you can, and that's a word for me as well. So, yeah, I say it might take me forever to get with you, but I'm also saying I need to work on being more persistent, because life is too short. People are dying every day. Collab with your homies, like, straight up.
Right. You also mentioned outside of music, so talk to us a little bit about the different individuals, and show the viewers your shirt.
Okay. This is different individuals versus society. It is created by Cash Creations. Shout out to her. She's a huge supporter of my music. She's a great friend. She's a very hardworking, and I appreciate those who have expectations for their homies. Like, she will call anyone out on their BS if you BSing, and I really want you guys to have more friends like Cash. Anyway, she's dope. She's a creative. You want to get with her because she actually has a show called Different Individuals versus Society, where she interviews artists So it's outside of the brand, but the brand is dope. And I am a huge like supporter of black businesses. So anytime you see me, you're gonna see me with a shirt from somebody. Just ask me where I got it from if you like it, and I'll put you on, give you a business card, have you follow them. But different individuals versus society is definitely something I'm rocking with right now. And I'm shout out to other brands. I can't go into it because I don't want to put those names out, but I'm gonna just go ahead and put this little insert in there that we were talking about earlier. So my goal, what I plan on doing from here on out is instead of I don't want I can't say I don't want my own brand because my brand is my artistry. However, when I say brand, I'm talking clothing line, lifestyle related stuff. So outside of music, I am a very holistic type of person. So when you see me, you know what I'm saying, you'll see me like, oh, hold on, girl, let me put on my shea butter, or you know what I'm saying, different herbs I might have on deck. So there's businesses that I will be supporting, and I will just kind of like maybe be like a sponsor of that business. So like with different individuals versus society or other brands, black businesses per se, because I really want us. If we're not gonna get reparations, then we're gonna elevate each other. And my part is by instead of creating my own brand, I'm gonna work with other brands. Maybe like get my lyrics on the back of the t-shirts.
That's dope.
That's what we're gonna officially do, and just have like maybe my autograph on there, and we're just gonna start selling shirts. So make sure y'all support different individuals versus society and the other brands. I'll let you guys know on the website and on my Instagram, so just stay tuned for that.
You seem very, very business minded.
I am.
I see that you're a business music major or music business major at Full Sail. So how has that played into you and your music branding, marketing?
Big time, cause I'm a like just how I said with the shirts and like working with like collaborating with other businesses instead of starting my own brand. My whole intention is to be unique or creative with my approach to things. Business you can be creative with business. It's like a whole nother thing. It's like how can I promote myself differently? You know what I mean? The business orientation of myself, like it's always been there. Like before I was rapping, I had my own radio show. Let me just talk about that real quick. I had my own radio show called the Underground Crown Show, which you can still look up to this day. My whole purpose of that show was to connect mainstream artists with underground artists, and I successfully did it by getting like all types of people mainstream on there, like major label recording artists talking to these underground artists, rappers, and things like that, giving them advice. That's what happened. Fan calls happened. The artist that I had was like Jacquees. I had him on the show. D1, if y'all know who that is. Rashida from Love and Hip Hop. And some other cats. Tito Lopez, he goes by Brother Love now or something like that. Just a lot of artists. And so that before I was a rapper, I was doing that. And I just became a rapper out of nowhere because that's how I became a rapper, because I was around rappers. So it was like, what else is there? What is there else for me to do? Like, but to be inspired, I wanted to create like they were creating. But that business thing has always been there since I did that show because I'm only 22, and that the show was maybe published in like 2012. I don't know how old I was then, but I'm not calculating right now. But yeah, I was very young. I've been promoting artists forever, and I will continue to do that. I'm an artist myself, and it actually takes me to a mindset of an artist. So I will be like in my opinion, the best business person to get with, because I could understand y'all by being an artist myself. In Full Sail University, music business major. I graduate. Well, I finish in September. I don't know when I graduate, but I'm graduating.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So, aside from the apparel, clothing design, how do you feel about collaborating as far as a collective Hampton Road 757 tape?
I feel like we gotta get into that gag, yo.
Not necessarily a song, but like a whole project.
Yeah. What? It's, I mean, people are doing that. It's just like, it's not being, we're doing that. People are doing huge mixtapes. People are doing shows together. Like, all we do is showcase out here. We just don't, we don't blow it up. However, business wise, there are a lot of reasons why it don't get blown up. Like, if, say there's an artist that's on, let me just, 100 real with y'all. Forget, let's be real with y'all.
Go for it.
If there's a showcase, and you're on that lineup and some other artists, and they're still looking for artists, are you going to, just be honest with yourself, are you going to promote that showcase right now for other artists to get on? Or are you going to hold back so that way you know you're the best one up there? And that's a question for me. If I was to answer, I would say I kind of balance it out. Like, I believe in myself so much that I'm like, it don't matter who's on the lineup. I'm gonna be a huge highlight of the show, period. Whatever the purpose of that show is, I'm gonna be a huge highlight. You gotta work yourself, you gotta really know your music, get it like that. Practice in order to be like, oh, let me talk to this person at this show. So once you get to that level, there's no reason for you to hide what you're doing. A lot of us are hiding what we're doing, so we don't know that people are doing big collaborations, or you kind of keep that information so other artists don't get on, but can't no other artist outshine you if you're different. You know what I mean? So I just keep it as simple as that. We do need to, like with the whole LA thing, when I say they put each other on, everyone makes money. Memphis, okay. I need to check that out. I'm definitely like, I love VA, but I'm definitely like, if I love here, I'm love it enough to stay, but I gotta be traveling. So I'll be moving around for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, the internet just makes that so much easier in terms of travel and connecting with different brands, artists in various places.
Yes.
Have you ever collaborated with anybody else outside of Virginia, and how did that collaboration come about?
I'm actually working on a collab with this dude. I'm not gonna get his name wrong right now. He's the best.
Look it up.
Yeah, really quick. He's from Canada, and he produced this song. His name is Dalton. Shout out to Dalton. I can't wait for him to see this. But he's from Canada. He's a crazy dope producer. He's also an MC. He's super cool. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you should come out here and do shows, or like just kick it. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a great producer. He got a lot of West Coast feel type joints that I was really rocking with, and so we're working on a collaboration right now. I don't have anything finished outside of VA. Even when I was in Cali, I was hitting my niggas up like from VA, because I just like, ego wise, I'm like, producers out here are the best.
Right.
So why would I need to?
That.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But Dalton, I'm working with him currently. Business wise, internationally, I'm working with other people, because I'm just trying to like, if nothing, they don't do nothing but listen to my music. I'm like, at this point, like, everybody know, like, if you follow me on Instagram, you see I take pictures with people that have bought my album, and I take pictures, like, I'll give them a free poster, and with that poster, we just take pictures together. That's kind of like a promo thing that I do. And so my whole point of doing that is so that my face will be seen in everyone's home. And so it's like, oh, I just saw that, or I seen that at the store. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Smart.
okay, let me just check this music out, because I see her face everywhere. I might see her in person, and that shit it might be a little weird, because it's like you see me everywhere, and I'm just like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like like it kind of gives them like a perspective that's a little different. And so internationally, I'm just like, my whole purpose of getting my posters out there is just like, it's putting myself there without physically being there yet. It's almost like a manifestation, spiritual tactic. Physically too, because it's like, bring my physical copies there.
Exactly.
And I will be there soon.
Okay.
So I'm working with artists out there as well, but they're more like visual artists and people that are expressive, that are into the type of music. And then, you know, they might mention it to their friends, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what's your long-term goal in terms of the music? Where are you trying to really take it?
Long-term goal, my long-term goal is to really be a humanitarian, a philosopher, someone who's really like going super hard and full, like not crazy, psycho, like nothing like that, but enough to where it's like you really realize that self progression is a priority. That's freedom. Um, so the philosophy part and also being like living what I preach, showing people how possible it is to live what you preach, and how much good it does for you. So living a healthy lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, how useful you are to people, being a servant. I'm a servant before anything. At the same time, I try not to let people run me over. So there's a balance, but I just want to travel the world, do my music, serve people, and just like I'm into like all types of things. Like, okay, let's all eat healthy. Let's all save the planet when we eat healthy. Let's you know what I mean? Let's stop sex trafficking. Like, if we can all of a sudden, like, can you imagine like McDonald's having a vegan option? They only have that option because as consumers, we control all of this. Our illusion, it comes off as if they control us when we control everything because we are the consumers, we are the ones that buy these things. So if we stop investing in things that are toxic, we can really go far with that. And so I'm gonna use my platform as soon as I got enough power to do it. I will do that, and I will not be afraid when I do it. And also, we can take in consideration that there's a catch-22 to all of this whole system. So I can say, oh, you see how we have vegan options now? That's because we decided to all go vegan. So they have to, you know what I'm saying? We're shutting down businesses. We're closing like farms that are killing animals and things like that. That's good, you know what I'm saying? But also I take in consideration where it's like catch-22, like how you gonna stop? Like, I'm wearing Jordans right now, for example. I love Jordans, but these are my only pair. But we already know like how it affects like the prison system and things like that. It's like we gotta stop investing in certain things. You know what I'm saying? As a collective.
Easier
But it
said than
does.
done,
Yeah. So it's a lot that we can go into. So there's a lot of catch-22s. So it's like, I ain't like going to these
Right,
days.
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Let's figure out another way to do this, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But logically, in the technology world, I stepped into programming a little bit, and that I only did it. I did it to like make money at first, but I realized like if I do this as a career, I'm gonna go crazy. But what it taught me, the predestination of me going through that, is that there's always logical steps to everything, and there's more than one way. There's more than one way to get to a solution. You customize your solutions, or like if you want a certain outcome, you can get that outcome in 100 million different ways. And so we can also do that. That applies to life, because if we can make all this technology, we can do it on the basic stuff. And so my lifetime long-term goal is to really be like very effective with like changing like the whole paradigm of how the world works. Like that's like a girl, you gonna do that. He's probably gonna be rich and then, you know what I'm saying, make enough money to have generations taken care of. But
Yeah.
it's bigger than that. Like I can't just have a generation of like people in my family with money and that's all we did. And with Full Sail, I learned a lot about how I learned so much about the financing business wise. Like when people buy stocks and things like that. When they buy bonds, oh my God. As a person from Norfolk and oppressed, you don't think let me secure, I'm gonna buy bonds or stocks in Disney for like one that's popping 20 years from now or 100 years from now. We can't see the future. You got that much money where you can like invest now in order for your kids to be taken care of 100 years later. Who's thinking that big?
Yeah.
And I feel like we gotta start thinking humongous.
Yeah.
And so my lifetime goal is to change the paradigm a little bit, shake the earth a little bit before it erupts anyway.
Right. So with this new wave of technology hitting society, cryptocurrency, 3D printing, are you into any of AI? Are you into any of that?
Turn up. I'm into.
Say less.
Oh yeah. I'm into it a little bit. I'm not. I feel like I have to take time. Like once I graduate, really understand it fully. But I'm into it for sure. 3D printing is dope. I can't be mad at technology. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
You just gotta have a balance, you know.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency. I can go ahead and shout out a platform. It's called Choon.co, CHOON.co. It is a new platform. Just as an artist, as I said it, check it out. Search me real quick. Stream me for quick so I can get paid. But it is a new streaming platform similar to like it's almost like SoundCloud. And you know, if you already got a bunch of views on listens on SoundCloud, there ain't nothing to get listens on this Choon. But with Choon, you get paid in cryptocurrency. So look into that. My account is Marysa Ada, plain and simple. My music up there, just play it so I can get that cryptocurrency money and see how that works. You know what I'm saying?
So is this a platform built on the blockchain? You familiar with that?
I don't know.
Well, blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like the base of cryptocurrency. I didn't know if it was like a platform built kind of like the internet. And you got websites. It's like a platform attached to that. But yeah, check it out.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is, as soon as I heard about it, I was like, let me get on this real quick, and then really do my research.
Gotcha.
So, but the way I trust the person who put me on,
Mm-hmm.
and I have other artists that are on there as well, and it's more of an international thing too. Like you see all these. When I say it's genres up there for days, you got all types of genres up there that I've never even heard of, and so it's a great place to stream. If you want to do a little bit more deeper music exploration, like we get a lot of good stuff off Spotify and stuff, but it's like artists like this is where you can like just click on a genre you never heard of and just find out, oh, this is what I like. I would say as of right now, as they're still becoming more known, right now I would say I don't want to say like a lot of artists are garbage because that's mean. But I would say it's kind of like how you would go to the thrift store or Goodwill. When you go there, you're not going to find like something cute right away. You kind of got to pick through the clothes. And that's what makes it so much fun. Like look at it outside of you making the crypto money or whatever. It's also like, whoa, this song is dope. I would have never found this artist nowhere in my life.
And are you able to network with those individuals as well?
Yes. Yeah, because it's just easy to just be like, okay, let me follow them.
Okay.
And when you follow them, you help them get paid. And it's free. It's free streaming. It's cost nothing for you to follow somebody. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So it's dope.
Okay.
It's dope. Choon.co, y'all.
Cool. Well, yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up. Do you have anything else you want to say to the viewers?
Go check out that music video, Damn. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Marysa Ada, Marysa space ADA. Go check out my new album called Yemaya. I dropped it March 31st. Excuse me. Yemaya basically means goddess of the ocean. And so if you really pay attention, you'll hear different water sounds within the beats. A lot of Afro beat within strict hip hop. So I feel like you'll love the album. It has a lot of depth into it as the ocean does. It's very impactful, emotional, powerful. My goal is as an artist to be moving, move like
a wave, right?
Yeah, I guess one of the most powerful elements on this planet is water, and so I want to be like that, moving and powerful with the lyrics and everything. I want to insert some positivity in your lives, and so go check me out, iTunes, all that, Choon.co, however you want to get down.
All right, y'all go check that out. Y'all heard her, Yemaya. Go check out different individuals.
Shout out to Conscious Planet as well. I love you guys. Go to that store in Norfolk on Grammy Street and go buy my album from that store as well. Peace.